Good. There it is. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hey, Kang Gang, what it do, what it does. It's your boy Blind Luck, keeping it nothing less than lovely. You know what? I just wanted to let you guys know what it meant to be lovely today. Lovely stands for Low Vision Living. It's an acronym using the first two letters of each of those words, and it's spelled LoViLi. And I started Lovely. Well, I became Lovely, and then Lovely was the lifestyle. And I needed to start this lovely organization to try to be the help I needed as I was coming through. And I find a lot of us, especially those in the entrepreneurial side, that are so confused about what's going on, really try to figure out a way to simplify things for the next person that they see that would struggle with what we struggled with the most or found the most difficult coming into this lovely lifestyle. And for me, it was trying to make sure life was still worth living. I had no idea what I could do to find fulfillment and passion and success. I had spent so much of my life using my eyes to be what I thought was extremely successful and rewarding. I remember playing all the sports, football, tennis, basketball, especially the video games. Shoot, Madden, Super Smash, it didn't matter. Run it around, 007, Call of Duty. It shows you my age for sure. But I really enjoyed going out and I couldn't really fathom how I was going to make that work. I thought it would be difficult, and it's certainly, like with everything, not simple, but you learn over time to adapt and react. But I really had no idea what was in store for me when it came to being out in public, especially at entertainment venues and events. And I feel like if I did, if there was some way I could know where I could go, that I would be accepted and supported, then that would be where I needed to go, where I'm celebrated and not tolerated, but more so places that take the necessary steps to accommodate it. So I realized as I did my best to not let go and hold on tight that it was even better than I could have ever imagined. I'm going to locations and I'm struggling to get around and kind of trying to figure out where I want to sit tight at and find out in a few instances that really sparked all of this. Somebody from the staff would see me out there doing my thing. I guess I'm hard to ignore, or I got a little radiance about me. The aura was certainly felt, and it pulled in the necessary assistance I needed. And they will ask me, sir, we have ADA, we have accommodations awaiting you. And then I go from feeling less than regular to spectacular. It's situations where they'll move me over to a private section, or they'll put me right in the front in the VIP. And I don't have to worry about trying to find the bar or trying to figure out where a waitress is. I'm in a situation where somebody's coming to me, and that changed everything. Not everything, but that changed a major aspect of it for me. A huge part of what I would do to find a little enjoyment after working all week and needing to decompress, and at the very least, get out there, be seen, be felt, and get active. So I really wanted to first and foremost outline those places, those establishments that really do make a great effort for the cause. And if not only for those individuals that are struggling to figure out how to enjoy themselves, I know it's sometimes you want to avoid the crowd because you don't know what's going on. But if you know exactly what locations you can go to that will have those accommodations that'll make it enjoyable for you, I want you to know that because amongst the many other things like going to the movie theater, we now need audio description headphones. And which of those theaters actually have viable headphones? Which theaters have a quick and easy way to access and keep track of what's going on with the movie? I'm telling you, some of those are really busted, and you'll walk in there upset at the whole experience. And I'd love for the the Kang gang to be able to avoid a lot of frustration because it's so hard to avoid the frustration. It's in every step. That's why we become so patient. You learn to react, you become nonchalant. But I'm more than happy, especially for my loved, lovely community, to make sure that they can skip past that and go right to the best of the best. And that goes the same with travel. As you know, flights alone, you get spirited, but we can also discuss where they're more apt to outside of the process. There's some things that you can do to certainly kind of expedite things, but that's not always the case. And even then, you want to know where the equipment is and how the staff is responding to us. So, let alone what the equipment is for travel or what the equipment is when it comes to movies or plays, trying to inform as much as I can as far as why. And this is just in the beginning, but I'll happily get in there and figure out who's got the best headphones and who's got it right at the front and who's sending you over to customer service or who's bringing it right to you and who's making sure that you get to your movie all right so that you can enjoy yourself. That goes for plays as well. And then I want to tell you about those venues, like those day parties where, you don't have to just be stuck in the crowd, struggling around. You can get over to a spot, or those entertainment venues for concerts or comedy where they'll put you right in a perfect little place just for us that is nothing less than lovely for the lovely community where you can have just the best time and feel just as if you were, if you had made that transition into the lovely lifestyle prior, if not better. So that's what low vision living can be. And I want to narrow that street, expedite that trip, and shorten that path to finding enjoyment because we're not getting around and during it. That's for sure. And there's enough struggle, there's enough tough times, and I ain't got to point you to that. You're going to trip over it as soon as you take a step. But if I can ease into finding a way to have a good day or a great night or the best weekend and every experience you can line up to make sure or have the best chance and opportunity to be an enjoyable, smooth experience, well, that was what motivated this lovely lifestyle, the lovely life and lovely organization. And that is why I say lovely one. That's with a W, baby. So, of course, most of you are already subscribed. Let the community know that we've got a spot where we're trying to figure out where the spots are for us so that we can enjoy ourselves, let them see us, advocate in that right. They'll see that we're out, and it'll probably prompt other businesses to really take into account what they're doing for the lovely community in the Kane Gang. And if they don't have it, they're going to establish it. And if they already do, maybe they'll make it even better. Either way, it's going to take us being out there, letting them see us. They definitely going to see the sevens. You know what it is, Kang Gang. Love us.